to see you. Everybody's holding on to their pockets so tight. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Do a lot of shopping here. Hi, ma'am, how are you? Good to see you. This is lovely. You've got a nice watch. Does your ring come off very easily? Does your ring come off? No? Do you have a necklace or anything like that? No? Okay, good. Just checking it. Thank you. That's kind of fun, huh? A souvenir. Oh, sorry. Oh, where do we get this? Hi, sir. How are you? Good to see you. Do you have any jewelry? It's like a buffet in here. It's just you have to tell where to start. That's the hard part. Hello. I love dangerous ideas because I've spent the last 20 years of my life studying human behavior, specifically through picking pockets, which is a rather strange thing. I use something in my craft that is a misunderstood word a lot. I use misdirection. It's a very tricky word because misdirection, most people think, means look over here while I do something over here. When actually, it's really about directing attention. And it's an umbrella term that means a lot of different ways that you can manage the attention of people in general. And attention is so important because it leads to our reality. It controls our perceptions as they guide through. So I'd like to share with you a couple of things about the process that I use, some of the experiences I've had with that, and for example, how I might steal something from one of you. When I approach somebody and I walk into their space, I have to make them feel comfortable. Let's bring up a little video on that. And this piece here, if you see, do you have it? Don't know if we have it yet. I'll wait for you guys. There we go. Other screen. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. So, if you think about this, that you have like a little circle around you, kind of like a force field. There's different spaces that you go through. The social space, the personal space of being a friend, and then your intimate space. For me, I have to think of processes to allow me to go through each one of those to get close to someone. Different reasons that make them feel comfortable, and ideas and ways that I can make them forget that I was in their space and that I left. Now, I'm not somebody who a lot of people will ask, were you a real thief? I grew up around it. My brothers were involved in crime. But for myself, I've been around the game but not been in the game. I have a company that goes in and studies real thieves and studies the process of what they do. And I've learned something that I think is a very valuable lesson from looking in these unusual places. And that's that attention is a limited resource. The equation's kind of flipped upside down. It used to be that information was a limited resource. We wanted to find the information, but now there's so much information that we have to be very selective of how we use our attention. They're like mental dollars. Someone can steal your attention, you can invest your attention, it can be seduced away from you. Now, I'll give you an example of how that can be overloaded. For example, when you think of a thief. This is a gentleman who I had worked with in the past. His name is Gary Scott. Now, Gary is following this lady here. And go ahead and keep the music going as well. So the lady here is overloaded. She's got her bags, her attention is fully loaded with her destination where she's going for, and she's not identifying her environment. So you see the gentleman behind her slips in front. Now he's going to try to push a block when she gets down to the bottom of the escalator. Gary Scott is the gentleman behind her with the jacket. He uses the jacket to steal from her purse. You can see the process here. Now the idea is that at the end, she never knew that Gary was even in her space because her attention was so fully occupied. You can imagine with her, with those things, how deeply occupied you are when you're walking in the same environment with a cell phone texting. It's the same type of thing. Your budget gets used up. Here at the end, you see the gentleman stall so that Gary could steal the wallet out of her purse. Now, there are different ideas of how attention works, the model of attention. For me, I like to think of attention like a security system. And if you think of that, like if something comes into your perimeter, it sets off an alarm and you pay attention to it. But the other way your attention works is kind of a selective process, that you choose to focus on something. And my focus, I like to think of it as a little imaginary character in my brain. That's probably something I've done since I was a kid. And I call him Frank. Now, Frank is really your working memory. Go ahead and bring that up as well, Eva. Imagine that there's a little security guard, and he's the one that filters all of your perceptions. So he's sitting at a desk. There's different perceptions of like visual, auditory, all of them coming into one location. And he chooses what's relevant, what is going to go to a memory versus what gets forgotten. So his job is to choose what becomes part of your reality. The interesting thing is, if you give Frank something else to think about, what if I asked Frank the correct question, or occupied him in a way that he had to rewind the tape? He can't process his current perceptions while he's looking up a file. So when he goes to access the file, he's standing away from the desk, and he can't process what's currently going on. I like to think of the quote that Henry David Thoreau says, "It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see." Because when you're focused, even though your eyes are pointing in the direction, you might not be able to see something. So I'd like to give you a test and see how well some of you can do that. And it involves you staying right where you are. Just hold up your left hands, all of you, where you are. I'm not yet. I'm going to describe this for you first, but there's a photo that I'm going to flip between two photos. It's a perception test. It's a flicker test, similar to if you looked at your cell phone and you look back up. I want you to see if you can see the change between the two photos. When you see that change, bring your hand down. But otherwise, keep it up in the air. And don't let peer pressure influence you. If everybody else put your hand down, your last one, don't worry about it. We'll give that a shot now. Can you go back a couple steps? There we go. Now, here, you can see it's one photo with a gray frame in between. It's flickering back and forth. Now I'm going to give some of you a hint because it can get hard to see. They're not going anywhere without this. And don't tell your neighbors when you're elbowing them on the side. I see some of that too. Now, not only that, what happens in your mind right now is you start looking at the mirrors, or you start looking at the windows, you start looking at the shoelaces. And sometimes you get tunnel vision and you don't see the difference. But once you see it, you can't help but not see it. Now, for the rest of you that still have your hands up, I'll give you a little bit more deeper hint in that look under the wing of the airplane. The engine of the airplane is coming and going. And that's been going the whole time. If it was a snake, it might have bit you. But what that just did was let me see a little bit about how perceptive you are right now, which makes this next part a little bit more fun. I'm going to bring a couple of people to the stage to just do a little demonstration. I walked around doing a little bit of shopping beforehand, and there was a piece of candy that I found. Now, this is for a little bit different piece. Who has the candy now? Would you hold your hands up there, sir? You've got one. We have one over there. A couple of other people that have the gold little candy there. We have a couple of those. Great. Thank you for volunteering. Please welcome them to the stage, the gentlemen that have their hands in the air. Come on up. Hello, sir. How are you? Good to see you. These would be my partners in crime. Come on up here, sir. And let's see. You have not a whole lot on you right now, just a belt and things like that. Can you stand over this way for me? Oh, do you have a watch on too? You want one? I've got a whole bunch. I didn't have this when I came in there. Actually, if I may, let's see. I'm going to borrow your watch for a second. I'm going to have you time this. And can you stand right here on this little white spot there for me? What's your name? Benjamin? Good to see you, Benjamin. How are you, sir? I'm doing very well. Good to see you, sir. Can you bring out your hands like this? I want to see what I'm working with. We have a lovely ring there. What is your name?
Daniel.
Daniel? Norton? All right, gentlemen. You can put the candy away for a moment. Go and put it in a pocket. Could you slide out your ring? Oh, you got a different piece of candy. I have no idea what this is. Oh. Nice to meet you. It's good to see you. No, but I appreciate the gift. This is very nice. Oh, good. Hi, how are you? Somebody's giving away my candy. It's
So I can go.
Yeah, well, actually, ladies, let's try this. I didn't know you were going to be here.
Great.
But since you're both here, I'm going to find a nice way to utilize you. So would you do this for me? Would you stand right here for me, just like this? And would you stand right here behind this gentleman here? I had no idea this was going to happen. Stand right there for me, sir. And we have a couple prizes to go. Now, we'll do this rather quickly. Can you slide off your ring for me?
All the way up?
Yes. That's fast. You do this often, huh?
Yes.
All right. All right, let's see. You have the ring here. You have a watch. You've got a couple of things. I'm going to try, gentlemen. This would be a game between the two of you. I'm going to have you time me in a moment. When I say when, I just want you to keep track on that watch. All right? Let's see. Do you have, let's do this as a hide-and-seek game. If you would, grab hold of my wrist with one hand. And you're predominantly right-handed, aren't you? Okay, can you put your hand underneath my hand? Can you put your other hand underneath my hand as well? Now, put them very close to my hands like this. This is going to be a kind of a challenge between the two of you. I want both of you to try to grab the ring when I let go. And the one who gets it, don't let anybody see it, and don't let me see who gets it. Okay? Open your hand a little bit more. All right. On the count of 3, I'll let go. Both of you make a fist and take that hand behind your back, okay? 1, 2, 3. Good? All right. We'll see how this works. Now, with them behind your back, I want you to choose whichever hand you want to put it in, and then find a place to hide it on your body. Once you've hidden it on your body, let me know. You guys ready? All right. I'm going to do a little bit of shopping. I want you to time me on this. At 2 minutes, let me know where we're at, okay? Just say 2 minutes. And I'm going to do a little shopping. Can you bring your hands around? And can we get some holiday shopping music? Great, thank you. So you've got a watch, but you don't have the ring on right now. Do you have anything inside this pocket that would look like a ring? All right. Anything down in this pocket, sir? Great. Let's see. I figured this is kind of like relationships in a way, isn't it? All right. So you don't have anything down here. Would you do this for me, sir? Can you turn around this way for me? Just this way so we can see a little bit better. Now, I want to see, do you have something in this back pocket? Can you take this out, just the contents of your front pocket for me, sir? What is that? It's not what I thought it was, sir. Is it? There's something over there, perhaps? Or over on that side? Not sure. Thank you very much, sir. Go ahead and turn around for me. Right, here you go. And, sir, let's see what you have. How are you? Lovely to see you, sir. You don't have a whole lot on you, sir, do you? Is there anything over here? Huh? There's something in your pants pocket here, yes? Did you have a wallet, sir? You do. Okay, great. Just want to make sure. You can't quite see what that down. Do you have anything inside that pocket, sir? This is like a pen. Oh, you had a watch over here. Is that still there, sir? Check and see. All right, good. I was just double-checking that. I thought I had something on me, but I wasn't quite sure. Are we less than 2 minutes? Great. I think that we can stop then. Would you check, sir, this is something by is it a wallet? Black leather wallet? That's what that is? I didn't want to put my hand in your pocket. I'm not ready for the commitment. I was just double-checking. One time a guy had a hole in his pocket. That was rather traumatizing to me. I was looking for my wallet, and he gave me a phone number. He still writes. Go ahead and cut the music. If I'm correct, I believe, sir, the time you had, was that 2 minutes? Do you have a wallet in your front left pants pocket? Would you bring that out for me? Now, this wallet doesn't belong to you, does it? Now, sir, I don't know if this looks familiar to you, but there's something inside. I think if you take a look, it's on a little security chain. Does this look a little bit like your ring?
Looks familiar, yeah.
There you go, sir. Souvenir. Also, for both of you, we brought a few gifts. In this case, it's from the ladies behind you. We've got, I believe this is your belt, sir. And then we also have your watch. And, sir, let me see. We have a couple of things here for you. I believe this is for you, sir. And this, your sugar packets, that was cash, yes? Great, pleasure. Thank you very much, sir. And you still have your watch, yes? And was this also yours?
No, what?
This here?
No.
Do you have everything else?
I don't know.
Everything else, sir?
No.
See, this is a lot like the perception test when you were watching. Did you hold your hand earlier?
I have my pills.
Your pills? No, I didn't take your...
Container. The pills container.
Oh, the pills container. I'm sorry. That's yours, sir. You have everything else, though?
I don't know. I'll have to check.
Okay. I didn't want to make a spectacle out of you, sir. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Oh, your glasses. Oh, that's a great idea. There you go, sir. Thank you very much. Give them both a big round of applause. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you. I believe, ladies, these candies are for you. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, actually, the young lady right there, could you return that to her? Thank you very much. Can we have another round of applause for these folks? They were really kind. I think that was fun. It's a fun little demonstration to see, but it's not about this being a weakness of those people. It's about those people being human. Like I said before about Frank, our attention is a limited resource. We only have so many mental dollars. But our attention steers our perceptions. If you don't pay attention to something, you can't perceive it. And if you don't perceive it, it doesn't become part of your reality. What's more than that is if somebody else steers your attention, they can shape your reality. So that's a question I'd like to pose to you. If you could control someone's attention, what would you do with it? Thank you very much.